All right, guys, it's Tuesday, and hopefully you're ready to go to something new here. You just corrected page 96, 32 to 46, hopefully. If you remember the other day, we were multiplying, right? Easy stuff. And we talked about what parentheses mean, and parentheses mean to multiply, right? So if I take 3 times 2 here, I get 6. If I take a negative 3 times 2, I get negative 6, okay? And if I have a negative 3 times a negative 2, I'm going to get a positive answer, right? And so we multiplied the thing outside the parentheses times everything in the parentheses, right? All right, now we're going to go a little step further, though, okay? We're going to be talking about more than one thing in the parentheses, okay? And to do that, we're going to have to do what's called distribute, okay? So instead of just having a 2 in there, we might have like an x in there as well. Now I have to multiply everything in there times this 3, okay? So that's pretty easy. 3 times 2 is 6, right? Plus 3 times x. Well, we know that 3 times x is 3x, don't we? Okay, and we just distributed it. So there we go. We're done. I have to leave these separate, okay? We'll talk more about this tomorrow. I probably should have, the book goes out of order as far as I'm concerned, but we're just going to go with it for now. But these are not like terms, so I can't put them together because he's got an x and he does not. Okay, so I leave them separate. But let's continue here. What if this guy is negative out here? Is that going to change some of my signs? You bet, because a negative 3 times 2 is going to be negative 6. And a negative 3 times x is going to be a negative 3x. All right, so we've got to keep track of our negatives there. All right. So another one, let's try another one here. Let's say I got negative 4 times x minus 3. Okay. Well, negative 4 times x is negative 4x. And negative 4 times negative 3 is going to be a positive 12. Okay, remember a negative times a negative is a positive. All right. Questions there? All right, I mean, I think you can't ask me questions, I guess, but if you do have questions, use my email. Send me a question. I won't be on until this evening, but I can get your question answered hopefully before tomorrow. Okay. This sub might also be able to help you, and Miss Paris in 7th period might also be able to help you. Okay. So let's try another one here. Let's say I had like, what if I had a half, oh my goodness, a fraction, times 2x minus 6. All right, well, we got to remember how to multiply fractions, right? So how do I say 1/2 times 2? Can I put the 2 over 1 like that? What would happen then? Would these cancel to become 1s? Oh, so half of 2 is going to be 1, and I have the x right there. Could I just say x instead of 1x? You bet. Now, though, I got to take the half times the 6. 1/2 times 6. Let's see. What do? We can cancel that, reduce it, I should say, and then make that a 3, right? So 3 times 1, well, that's 3. So we got to go minus 3. Why is it minus 3? Because we have a negative 6 times a positive half. That's going to be a negative 3. Okay? So this is my answer. I could write this. This would be the same exact thing. Okay? So when you do a fraction, remember we worked on multiplying fractions the other day. Okay? And they still follow the same rules. Sometimes they'll try to mess with you. Sometimes they'll put something like this, and they'll put the number over here for some reason, instead of putting it over here. Okay? Does that make sense? I don't know why they do that, but whatever. It's fine. We're still going to do the same thing. I'm going to take 4 times both of these things. So 4 times 3 is 12x, and 4 times 6 is 24, and it's got to be negative, right? Okay? Does that make a little bit of sense? I mean, I can't think of any other situations that you're going to run into other than maybe needing a calculator for decimals. But you should have plenty plenty of time to work on this, and I'll do one more example for you, and then I'll give you your assignment here. So let's go. Let's see, I got -3 times -2x plus 5. Okay, so I'm going to take a negative times a negative, so that's going to be positive. So 3 times 2 is 6, and then I got my x. And now I got to take negative times a positive, so it's going to be -15. Okay, and remember, these don't go together because he does not have an x. All right, they're not like terms. We'll talk more about like terms on Thursday. All right, so we're going to do page 104. We're going to do 18 to 44 even. Okay, that's your assignment for today. If you got questions, give me an email.